good teams. Remember, two groups of 8 teams each and a long contest at hands. And today's match, again to remind you, it's Future Mattress versus Emirates NBD. A short while ago, the captains met in the center with our very own Ahmed Khwaja.
Back to the ICCA Academy grounds, oval number 2. We're here for the second match of our Sunday doubleheader at the SkyX.net ICCA Academy Arabian Cricket League 2022-2023, powered by FanCode. My name is Ahmed Khwaja, and alongside me are the two captains for match number 30. We have Tasawwur Jammu, the captain of Future Mattress. We have our umpire, Mr. Vipin Singh, in the middle officiating, and we have Mr. Muhammad Yasir, captain of Emirates NBD. Is going to be Future Mattress to flip the coin. Heads is the call. It has come down as heads. Emirates NBD have won the toss. Muhammad Yasir, you have won the toss. What have you decided?
We would go for the bowling first.
And what is the game plan behind that?
Game plan, it's a good team and we'll just try to restrict the opposition like below 180, and we are quite confident enough to chase any score below 200.
Well, in your last match, you had an absolutely thrilling chase. Hamad Ahmed, your star batter, with an incredible century.
Yeah, unluckily, we couldn't finish it well for Hamad. It should be finishing with the win for Hamad to cheer up. But anyhow, part of game, we are confident enough to, to chase any score below 200. And inshallah, we'll do it.
Any changes to the playing 11?
We have 2 changes. Anuradha is coming back and Imran.
Best of luck for the game, Yasir.
Thank you.
Tasawwur, please join us. Unfortunately, you've lost the toss. You have to bat first. But if you had won it, what would you have done?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you so much. If we won the toss, we are also going for batting first.
Okay, so you got what you want. What do you think is a good target on this pitch?
We will do inshallah 160, 170 plus, because our 3 to 4 national players were not here with us, so that's why we give us a chance to local players, including me, because we always sitting outside because they have chance. That's why this is a good team NBD, but because if we think it's a normal team for us, it's no problem for us if win or lose.
Well, you said you have some given chances to some local players. So who is playing tonight?
Me as well, and Tahir Latif, Muhammad Saif, like that only.
Very big local players, I must say. Best of luck for the game, Tasawwur.
Thank you so much.
Right then, news from the centre is that Emirates NBD have won the toss and they will have a bowl.
Muhammad Yasir, the captain of Emirates NBD, has put in a strong-looking Future Mattress. I say strong, despite them not having a few big names under their belt today. However, they will want to continue to do the good things that they've been doing in this tournament and stay as much as possible, as long as possible, on top of the group, making sure that their road to the semi-finals is easy and clean. As for Emirates NBD, well, they've got a good unit going, and going by the decision they've made to bowl first, Muhammad Yasir will want to lead from the front with the new ball and try and keep this strong looking Future Mattress team to a low total. Well, the smile's gone, but the spirit's pretty much alive in our good old friend Ahmed Khwaja. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Samir Yunus, and good evening everyone watching the ICCA Academy Arabian Cricket League. Well, the men of Future Mattress, the openers are out there in the middle. Saif Janjua, experienced campaigner, alongside Hamid Khan, a true daredevil. But yes, the trophy didn't go our way, but there is always another dawn, another opportunity. And what a final we had earlier in the day, and what a match we had earlier in the ACL as well. Pacific Group, some youngsters sparkling for them, Ansh Tandon and Fahad Nawaz, doing a wonderful job as they coasted by the International Cricket Warriors. Emirates NBD, 2 matches into tournament, won 1 and lost 1. What a thrilling game they had. The last outing, they almost chased down a massive score thanks to a quite brilliant century from Hamad Ahmed. It's going to be Muhammad Yasir, the skipper, taking the new ball. Healthy, medium, fast, and he'll be starting from the school end. Interesting choice, Samir.
Yeah, lots of positives for them from that last game. Yes, they may have given away too many runs, but in the end, they came quite close, as you said, and they'll want to take back the good things from those from games like those. Right then, Muhammad Yasir is all set. We're all set for ball number 1. Oh, but he pulls back. A little glitch there. I think the umpire was waiting to call play. Lots of cricket happening. Just finished the World Cup, and now keeping up with this ICC Academy Arabian.
Can you please talking about the World Cup? Thank you very much. Oh, big in swing to start from Mohammad Yasir. Off the pads, they'll scramble for one. Given as leg buys. So future Mattress are underway, and of course they're missing 3 or 4 of their players, like their captain Tasawwur Jammu mentioned on international duty from well off the top of my head. Aryan Lakra, of course Ali Shan Sharfu, and Rohan Mustafa. That's a massive loss. Your captain and your talisman is not on the side. So perhaps could we see an upset here tonight, Samir Yunus?
Yeah, a loss for future Mattress, but glad for the man, Rohan Mustafa. He's called back into the squad. He'll be ready to go. They are in Nepal as we speak, taking on the men of Nepal. Oh, that's an inside top edge. It'll land safely, I think, and there is no fielder there, obviously. So real wild swing there by Saif to start things off. In fact, it was Hamid. And luckily for him, it didn't land where there was a fielder, and it went for a boundary.
Well, that's the way he plays. Come rain or shine, Hamid Khan will counter-attack. Genuine top edge. Genuinely had no idea where the ball was going, and it genuinely went over the keeper for 4.
Lots of genuines there. but yeah, we'd like to see more genuine shots being played, that's for sure. Yes, it is a T20, but you don't have to swing from the first ball. Oh, well, talk about genuine. That's a genuine slog sweep, and that has landed way behind us into the trees for a 6. That's one way to start your innings off, a 4 and a 6.
Well, that was timed to absolute perfection. Goodness me, look at that. Picked it up on the leg side, free swing of the arms, and it had the distance way into oval number 1. Maximum for Hamid Khan.
That ball's going to take some fetching, but talk about intent and approach so early on in the game from Hamid Khan. He doesn't want to see where the ball is swinging. He doesn't want to check out the pace of the bowler. He's here to go at everything, and why not? A couple of spectators in the house today. That's always good to see. A bit of cricket interest from among those around here in Sports City.
Yeah, I believe they're rooting for the NBD side. The men looking very splendid in the yellow and blue. Belted straight, and there is nobody at long on to catch up to it. Hamid Khan dictating terms.
Well, you did say this is how he usually plays. It somehow tells me that he's come off with a lot of anger, probably cooling off all that anger that he built up when Pakistan lost the World Cup final today. Just to remind you again, Ahmed.
Yes, thank you for that. I needed that alert. But yes, rip-roaring start for future Mattress. This time across the line, nobody at deep square, and Hamid Khan is having a ball out there.
Well, this ball is swinging meters, I can tell you, but it's not troubling Hamid at all because it's coming at a very gentle pace. All he needs is a connection there. Just get ball onto bat, and it just flies away thanks to that exquisite bat swing of his. More times, he ends up getting a good part of it. 4-6-4-4. What a start this is for future Mattress.
Well, now they've got a deep fine leg and a deep square leg, and that long on, well, he has to come up. Power play restrictions. Charuka Raveen out there. I think he'll need to be introduced early into the piece.
Can't afford to go full now, Mohammad Yasir. Got no protection down the ground. And that's exactly what he does, and that's exactly what Hamid Khan has done to punish him. Down to his long on. Even if there was a fielder there, I doubt he would have reached it. Another massive maximum to finish things off in this over.
Unbelievable clean striking of the ball. Floated up there and dispatched into the schoolyard. That might be heading to detention. 25 off the first over. What a start for Hamid Khan and future Mattress.
25 of the first over. Now it's Akhlaq Haidar's turn to bowl to this opening pair of Future Mattress. Oh, that's a wicket. Is it? Yes, it is. Well, that's against a run of play. Coming round the wicket, Akhlaq Haidar, bringing it back into Saif Janjua, who's just watched a lot of balls going all over the park. And the next ball he faces, he's gone.
Well, a bit of a bubble, bit of a fumble, but he's got Saif Janjua. Well, how sick must he be feeling, seeing Hamid Khan dispatch the ball for 25 runs. Meanwhile, he's had a second ball duck. A huge blow to Future Mattress, 25 for 1. Well, one of the finest wicket-keeper batters in the UAE, one of the finest batters period in the UAE, Yasir Kaleem, coming in at number 3 for Future Mattress. With that blazing start, he might have been a bit relaxed, but no, you're out there in the wicket centre because Akhlaq Haider produced a peach of a delivery to get Saif Janjua. Here we go once again. Onto the pads, just tucked around the corner, they're pushing for 1. Needed a better throw there.
A quick single to get off the mark. Yes, it may be just signaled as a leg by. No, it isn't. So, off the mark, Yasir Kaleem. A very interesting ploy this from Akhlaq, coming round the wicket to a right-hander. You don't generally find right-hand bowlers doing that so earlier unless they've gone for a few and they just want to change things up. But this should be an interesting contest. Bringing in a very different angle, Akhlaq here. A wicket off his first delivery, and now he'll bowl to Hamid Khan, who's looked in the mood tonight.
Sure.
Yeah, that's how he'll go, but it might just go straight to the hands. Yes, it does. Santosh Pillai at cover, gets under the ball. Despite a couple of other fielders converging there, he made sure he kept his eyes until the last moment on the ball and picked it up quite cleanly in the end.
Well, this is a massive blow to Future Mattress. Length delivery just stood up on Hamid Khan. He couldn't resist, and Santosh Pillai at extra cover makes no mistake. Akhlaq Haider having the night of his life, and that's another massive blow. 24 of 6 for Hamid. He was looking dangerous. 26 for 2. Well, Akhlaq Haider, he's bowling a dream spell. 2 wickets for just 1 run conceded. Young Syed Haider Wasi Shah, dynamic, exciting, a real go-getter and in prime form. And now he needs to play a responsible knock. He's in just the second over of the game.
Well, whoever's given him that idea of coming round the wicket, it's a genius move so far. And the key to that wicket of Hamid Khan was exactly that. Coming around the wicket, right-hander, he's pushing it across. It almost seems as if it's going away from you, but at the last moment, after it's pitched on that good length, and what he's done well is he's pitched on the right areas, not being too full, making use of that slight movement. Hamid Khan ended up playing it too early. Now he's over the wicket and he's got a beautiful shape. Wide of the crease, just kept going into him.
Well, he's tall, upright, and hitting that upright seam as well. Getting that ball to misbehave. Wasi just poking at it. Needs to be a lot more assured with the stroke play. And he'll have the experienced Yasir Kaleem alongside him. So that will certainly help.
I wonder if Muhammad Yasir is thinking, well, now that Hamid Khan is gone, and maybe I can come back for a second over, improve my figures a little bit. But Akhlaq Haider, this time it's a single. So Wasisha gets off the mark, but what a fantastic over. Has pulled things back single-handedly for his team. Akhlaq, 2 for 2 for him. 2 overs, 27 for 2 for 2. Future Mattress. Was a good guess, wasn't it? Mohammad Yasir is back. Good opportunity for him to clean up those ugly looking figures of the first over. 24 is given away. But he's been driven nicely, and attempt to stop it from the foot. But that'll be in vain. He's giving it a chase, not giving up. I think that's Lahiru there. They'll cross over for a couple of runs.
Nicely caressed through the covers there by Wasi. Good check drive. That's what you need to do. Keep your balance. Play the ball on its merit. Not everybody can bat like Hamid Khan. So just ease into the innings. Plenty of time left to apply yourself and get a big score.
Yeah, that's a much better length. And he's deceived him with that in-swinger. It'll be a single, but that's where he needs to be, Mohammad Yasir, if he wants to purchase anything out of this wicket. His inconsistency was in the last over. It was either too full or too short. If the batter like Hamid on the other end, you're going to get punished for that kind of inconsistency.
Well, the only slight chink in Yasir Kaleem's mighty armour is that in-swinger into his middle stumper pads. He's not a natural player on the leg side as he is from point to mid-off. So that is where Mohammad Yasir's natural in-swing can be effective.
Cuts it away. Lahiru will do the cleaning up. It's another single. So the good thing they've done is, even though the boundaries have dried up, yes, last over was a brilliant one. They haven't got bogged down, these two. The bowling has become a little bit better than what it was, but they're still managing to push it to the gaps and get those singles and keep the scoreboard ticking.
Well, we've seen Sameer time and again on the surface. You get past the new ball in the power play, there's truckloads of runs to be had, so they just need to apply themselves.
Again tucked away nicely, and there'll be another quick single. Slight opportunity at the non-striker's end, but not really hitting those stumps there. But you're right, once you've seen off that new ball, the wicket becomes very easy. You can hit through the line, and I think that's what Wasisha and Yasir will be telling each other. Look, Hamid Khan has done us a favour by getting us a good start and keeping that run rate going very well for us in the power play. We just need to watch out that swing and then make hay when the sun shines a little later on. Pushed away. This time they'll attempt a single, and no. Lahiru much faster there, much quicker.
Yeah, very tentative in this over. First three and then just singles. So Mohammad Yasir tying it up nicely. He's not going to bowl any magic deliveries. Consistency is his main strength. Let's see if he can nip one in through the gate though. Oh, nicely played. Solid. Push to mid-off. And he'll ease through for one. Steady over from the captain. Only 7 off it this time. 34 for 2 at the end of 3. This game is wonderfully evenly poised.
Akhlaq after that superb first over will now continue for Emirates NBD. Oh, would have been a brilliant catch had he held on to it, but it races away to the boundary.
Streaky shot, Syed Haider Wasi Shah. That was aerial. There was a point fielder, but not a gully. He's found the gap, and it will hit the fence in quick time.
Yeah, high risk shot to play that. Too close to cut, but eventually it wasn't in the reach of that fielder, so gets that boundary early on in the over. So first little blemish from Akhlaq Haider. Let's get on the back foot there. No runs here, so this is how you come back in a game. Yes, you've picked up a couple of wickets, and if you want to really bring that run rate down, your fielders will have to support you, cut off those quick singles, really frustrate the batters and make them do that mistake.
He's kept a long on to Wasi very early on, and a long off in fact. Oh, he's picked it up. It was on the legs, and look at that wonderful swivel slog sweep from Wasi Shah. Deposit it into the car park for a maximum.
You ball on that line, you're asking for punishment. Lots of room over there. In fact, it wasn't too much on the leg side. It was a straightish delivery, but very well done on Wasi Shah's part. Picked out that gap. He knew there is no field in the deep there, so he could take that risk. And it goes for a one bounce 4.
Well, with your long off and long on and your offside ring up, that was literally the last place you could bowl the ball, Akhlaq. Very poor delivery. The captain will be tearing his hair out, although he's bald. So he needs to find that off-stump channel. Fair enough, you're going to bowl the ball full, so you have the straight fielders, but you cannot stray onto the pad, Samir Yunus.
Indeed, any batter at any level will take advantage of you if you're going to bowl to your strength. Usually for any batter is their leg side. 14 now for Wasi Shah. Yes, despite those 2 quick wickets from Akhlaq, Future Mattress have still gotten off to a very good start here. 42 for 2 in 3.5 overs. I think we've lost the ball.
Well, it's gone into those bushes that are running alongside the car park. And yes, new balls please, as I heard on the walkie-talkie. Umpire Vipin Singh, rightly so, not wasting any time. We're not here for an Easter egg competition, we're here for a game of cricket.
Yeah, 9 o'clock start here in Dubai, so umpires generally are very strict about being on time. Remember, there is that penalty as well. If you can't finish your overs in time on the 19th over, if you're past your over rate, you have to bring one fielder back into the 30-yard circle. So all those things matter. Yes, in this case, maybe it's not the fielding team that has to pay the price, but you still have to remember those things, especially if you're stacked up with seamers.
Yeah, that's what I like about umpire Vipin Singh. He's decisive. He's not gonna dilly-dally. No nonsense. And maybe the new white ball can change NBD's fortunes. Driven towards extra, and they'll amble for one quite easily.
Yeah, the round the wicket angle was working quite fine for Akhlaq Haider, so I'm not sure why he went back to over the wicket. Maybe just trying a couple of things depending on what the batter does. Maybe did some research on the batter's weaknesses. But this angle that he's bringing in, as long as he has control and he doesn't bowl those extras and wides, I think it's working out just fine for him. Now he's back over the wicket for Yasir Khalif. So definitely a plan in place here depending on the batter.
Most certainly, and it might be throwing him off his game rather than the batter here. Good channel, just played defensively. Usually Yasir Khalif, when he's in full flow, he'll thrash that through or over point, but he is a very mature, complete batter. He knows what is required of him. There's no hurry at all, and they're going along pretty nicely as well. Current run rate of 11.2.
Oh, that's nicely driven. That's powerfully driven. No chance for the fielders. They didn't even move. All along the carpet for a 4 for Yasir.
Well, a long half volley to a man who's so destructive on the offside. Not a fielder moved, not a soul moved, and that had rocketed into the fence. So another expensive over here from Akhlaq, 47 for 2.
Well, despite those numbers, Mohammad Yasir decided to bowl his third over. Walks down the track was Isha, trying to do something different. Maybe predicted that Yasir might just go short, but in the end, it's just a dot ball.
Not a bad idea to create his own length. Mohammad Yasir is not particularly quick, but they cannot afford to lose a wicket here. They still have the likes of Muhammad Ikram Johra, Muhammad Farazuddin to come after this, but certainly this is the main pair for future Mattress in this game.
Oh, lofted on the offside. Not sure if that will go for a boundary. Might just stop. Yes, the fielder will pull it off. There'll be a couple and they'll run for a 3. 1 for that throw.
Yeah, I caught it higher on the blade, but what I liked was how close he tried to get to the ball. Good technique and just lofting that inner ring. So he's gotten off to a start. In fact, 18 of 13, he's batting beautifully. I thought he'd still be around 10s or 11s.
He has gone on very quietly to 18 of 13. Oh, that's nicely bowled by Mohammad Yasir. This is where you need to target a batter like Yasir Khalil, who's so fabulous on the offside. You cramp him for room and don't allow him to free his arms. More often than not, he'll get a dot ball.
Indeed, spot on there, Samir. Through the offside, he can hit you for 6 throughout the arc, but when that ball is nipping in onto his pads, he's not quite as assured. Very good on the pull, but anything that requires manipulation or tucking around the corner, edge, and there's nobody in the slip. Well, Samir Yunus, you had them 2 down. Where was your slipper?
Yeah, I'm not sure as a fast bowler, Yasir fancies himself to swing away from the right-hander. That's probably why he didn't have that slip, but he paid the price. Priced out the edge, but unfortunately there was no one to hold on to that catch. Well, it's the battle of the 2 Yasirs, and right now it's Yasir the batter who's prevailing over Yasir the bowler. Again, another expensive over here, 7 runs. Can he finish off well, Mohammad Yasir? Oh, that's again a good comeback. So that's the shape that he's enjoyed, but he's been inconsistent with his length, and whenever he's been on that good length, batters haven't been too sure whether to get on the front foot or the back foot, and that has kept them quiet.
Well, I'm just wondering what other fast bowling options they have, NBD, apart from Yasir and Akhlaq. You know, Santosh Pillai bowls a bit of off spin, and of course Webb of Singh, the left arm spinner, very, very skilled. Charuka Raveen, tall off break, but I'm looking for that third medium pacer, can't really find him, so that's why perhaps. Oh, just tucked away towards fine leg. That was so close to the front pad.
I was just about to make that remark. Had that hit the pad, the umpire wouldn't have had any hesitation in raising his finger. So risk there by Yasir Khalil. In the end, it pays off. Just getting that bat down at the last moment. 5 done, 58 for 2. Well, you were asking for a third seamer, Ahmed. Here he is, Anuj Thakur. Short ball to begin with, and Wasi Shah pulls that across. Doesn't really get the distance, plonks onto the field, and they'll run a couple.
Well, he's lucky. It's the power play restrictions. Only 3 men on the leg side. It was the square leg, the long on, and the short fine leg. So it was a safe shot in the end. But was he perhaps trying too many shots at one stage? Maybe just watch yourself. Now he's at mid-wicket.
That's cut away, and Santosh Pillai somehow getting behind that. And stopping that signal. In fact, that's Yasir. Sorry, the captain, Hamad Yasir.
Yeah, that was swatted like the ball was a fly. And they interestingly do have a deep extra for Anuj and the long on.
Again, so that offside is being absolutely battered by Wasisha and Yasir Karim. So far, the fielders have done a decent job. Quite a few opportunities for them to thread those gaps and get those boundaries. But you're right, a long on and a deep extra cover. So protection for Anuj Thakur to go full if he wanted to. Pulled away. There is no protection there though. And that will be a comfortable boundary for Wasisha down at square leg.
Well, that makes literally no sense to me. You have a long on and a deep extra. Why are you banging the ball in? It's almost a free hit for Wasi. You're not that quick either. Fair enough, it was accurate. But that length, when you have zero protection on deep on the leg side, it's a free hit basically, and he's picked up a 4.
Yet normally you'd have something called a double bluff, but that would work the other way around. You're showing the batter that you're going to bowl short, but then you end up bowling full.
This was a triple bluff.
If you could put it that way. Anuj Thakur gets on top of it, but he does manage to get over for a single. Meadov had some work to do to his left to pick that up, so a loving time for the batter to cross over. So again, not much of a risk, giving away too many freebies here, Emirates NBD. You want to create some pressure, stitch together a few dot balls. Don't let the batter settle down and get into a rhythm.
And it completely takes out your long on fielder outside as well if you're bowling back over length. That will be a wide. Fair enough, I can understand having a deep extra for Yasir Kaleem because he's so strong on the offside. But if he's bowling short or back over length, why have a long on?
Yeah, I don't know if it could be anything to do with gripping the ball. We haven't seen the towels come out yet, so that's probably out of the equation. That's a metal end, it's gone, top of chop edge. Again, lucky there. We saw that earlier on for Hamid Khan, and this time it's Yasir who gets the top edge. Tries to swivel it away to the leg side. Gets the top edge, goes over the third man fielder.
Well, once again, Samir, it was a free hit because there's nobody back at deep square. So he went for it, even though it's not such a natural shot for him. And top edge over the keeper, third man up. It's always going to be 4 at the ICCA Academy Oval 2. 70 runs scored in the power play, but for the loss of 2 wickets. So we're going to see some spin being introduced of the left arm variety. Vaibhav Singh bowled beautifully in the previous game for NBD against Dubai Gymkhana. Let's see if he can pry out this batting pair who are looking pretty ominous. Oh, a misfield at point. They will pick up 1.
Mohammad Yasir not really setting the best of examples, the captain there. You want to be your best when you're leading the side. Don't want to give your fielders any excuses. Vaibhav Singh, yes, picked up a couple of very important wickets in the last game, and if he can do that here, because Emirates really have to break this partnership now. It's getting away from them. Wasisha and Yasir have settled down nicely. Cut away again. This time it's in the gap, but there is a fielder down at third, or a very 3/4 position of extra cover. And the misfield allows them to run for a 2, and they will take another one for the throw as well. So 3 runs, whereas it should have been just 1.
Well, they're certainly not doing themselves any favors in the field. Slack piece of fielding. And when the opposition is going at 11.7, partnership of 48, the least you can do is back your spin bowler.
Lots of flight there. Wasisha almost waiting on his back foot. And another quick single. So this is something they've done really well, and it's allowed them to keep that run rate very healthy. They started off very well, 24 off the first over. Vaibhav Singh seems to be in a hurry to finish things off, and that projected score talks about what a good run rate they've maintained. Above 200. They will try and bat out Emirates from this game. Pulled away. very strongly, and the fielder, despite getting a hand to it, lets it go for a boundary. Too fast for him, Yasir Khalil.
50 partnership is raised, and that was a rank long hop. Sat on the pitch, and that was hit like an absolute rocket. I can understand why the fielder didn't want to get in the way of that one. Fizzing away right at him.
Oh, that's much better comeback. Unfortunately, though, it's trickling away to the boundary. The fielder is giving it a chase. Yes, he'll just pull it back right in front of us, and they'll run another couple. So a good ball, unfortunately for Vaibhav Singh.
Well,
For an edge.
they have a deep square leg and a fielder hovering around the leg umpire. What was he doing there? I think he just switched off. Now he's at short fine. And another massive pull shot. No chance for those two sweepers. It's a very, very poor over from Vaibhav Singh. Carted for 15 runs. And the momentum just won't stop for Future Mattress, Samir.
Yeah, Vaibhav's just pushing it out there with no real effort and rocking onto that back foot. Yasir Khalim's wrists are just fabulous. 7 done, 85 for 2.
So some off spin of Santosh Pillai being introduced here. Getting a bit of grip off the surface, but eased into the gap at mid wicket. And the fielding has not been great from NBD so far, Samir.
Yeah, the standards they've displayed here tonight don't really reflect of the standard that is generally expected from a league like this. So they want to improve on that front, because remember, T20 cricket is not just about bowling good spells and picking up runs. Fielding matters a lot, and then those catches, those half chances that you take, those runouts that you pick up, those singles that you save, bare margins this game is all about. So everything counts, every effort you make. Santosh Pillai, again those hands of Yasir Khalim, really fast on that pull shot. A good effort there, but they'll still cross over for a couple of runs.
Well, the field setting currently shows they haven't done their homework on Yasir Khalim. They've packed the leg side. There's only a point deep cover and extra along with the long off for Yasir Khalim. He is devastating on the offside. He's not going to be pulling you and slapping you over cow corner. He'll go over point for 6. So you need to strengthen that side of the ground.
It's just one fielder on the deep there, in the offside, which you say is Yasir Khalim's stronger side. And also, mind you, that is the longer boundary, his leg side. So he'll still prefer the offside. Can clear the boundary with ease. Yeah, that's where he likes it. They'll go straight to the fielder. It'll just be a single.
The spinners are consistently struggling to pitch the ball up. Are they afraid of being smacked down the ground, or is it just a wet ball? Because Vaibhav, we saw in the previous game, was very miserly and accurate with his line and length.
Well, you wanted it, and Santosh has given it. That's what you get, a dot ball, when you pitch it in the right areas.
If they're going to challenge you down the ground, let them allow it. That's part and parcel of a spinner's arsenal. attempting that lofted shot straight. You do have protection. You have to be daring enough to bowl that length.
This time it's cut away and a good job there. Very good job there. Unfortunately though, he's gotten excited and allowed an overthrow. So they will cross for a single.
Well, what was the mid-wicket fielder doing there? Is he out here for a stroll? You have to back up the throw. Wonderful effort by Hamad at point, but still cost them a run. Decent over from Santosh Pillai. Only 5 off it. 90 for 2.
Vaibhav Singh floats it there as he's been doing. Gets an outside edge, Vasisha. They will complete a couple of runs. So, few outside edges tonight, and they've all gone in the batting team's favour.
Yeah, once again not finding his length there, Vaibhav. It was straighter, but too short. And Vasisha, 31 of 24. He'll play those cut shots all day and all night.
Again another cut shot and there'll be another single. Just to give you an indication of how slow Vaibhav is bowling, just watch the batter when he's delivering the ball. He's waiting there for a long time until the ball arrives at him, and he's got enough time to almost choose where he wants to place it. And this ball should give you an indication that Yasir Kaleem comfortably on the back foot, punching it down to the fielder who's inside the circle and still loves a single.
They're hitting the ball straight to the fielders and running. That shows the confidence between this pair, and that shows you how NBD have just not switched on for this game so far. And the captain is way out there at deep mid-wicket. This time tucked around the corner, straight to fine leg, and they'll pick up a 1 again.
You look at that. Yasir Kaleem has reached 36 of 18 balls. That's going at 200 and over, 200 run strike rate, and he hasn't even looked that devastating this evening. Vaibhav Singh. That has been pulled from outside the off stump. There is no fielder there. It doesn't matter even if there was. That has cleared the rope by a big margin, and that will be a huge 6 for Yasir. He moves on to 40 now.
Well, just sat on the pitch and asked to be sent out of the park. Fetched from outside off stump, and a flat 6 into the schoolyard once again. 40 of 19. It's a sparkling innings once again from Yasir Kaleem.
And as we said, he hasn't even played his naturally favoured offside strokes. This is too close. Good comeback from Vaibhav. They'll still go for a single though. So like you said, the fielders will need to pick themselves up, Emirates NBD, if they are to make a match out of this. So far, they've just not arrived. 9 overs done, 102 for 2. Steps forward, Yasir Kaleem to Santosh Pillai. Just push it down for a single. So he's moved on to 44 of 21 now. Vasisha, very good partnership between these two. 103 in just 9 overs.
Yeah, 77 runs added between the pair, looking rock solid at the crease. And this has been fired over extra cover. Beautiful shot, Heather Wasisha. Fast hands.
Full delivery by Santosh Pillai. Lots of time for Wasisha. And all he had to do was stand and deliver. Beautifully done. One bounce into the fence.
Well, he was aiming for our tournament director, Mr. Mahesh Mondkar there. He was just enjoying the view. Then he saw the ball hurtling at him. Thankfully, it was just to his right. Of course, we were protected by about, 15mm thick glass. But even then, that day, Samir Yunus was ducking for cover. That clip I heard has gone viral on Instagram.
Well, lack of experience. My first few days here. Now I know this glass is going to protect us, thanks to you guys' assurance. Santosh Pillai though is not very assured. Just a single. Again, straight to the fielder and running comfortably. It's not even like they're making it a challenge for the batters to complete the run. So it's almost as if they've given up and almost hoping for the batter to make a mistake and get out.
Well, I haven't seen Charuka Raveen come into the bowling yet. He was the one who changed the tide in the previous game. Is he suffering from a finger injury? Perhaps. Otherwise, he should have been in the game. He's warming up now to the left of your screen.
Oh, he was looking to tee up there. Was too close for him to probably swing his arms, and that's why he just pushed it for a single. You're right, Charuka looked the best bowler of the lot the other day. And it's high time that Mohammad Yasir brought him on now. Left arm, different challenge. Might just be able to break the shackles here for Emirates NBD. Again, cut away. This time it's in the gap. He's thrown at it. They've peppered that point region. More often than not, it has gone straight to the fielder, but this time Wasisha finds the gap to perfection. Another boundary to him in this over.
Well, he waited and he waited and he waited just to find that gap behind point. Beautifully done by young Wasisha. That's a shot of a quality player, a class player.
They're going almost neck to neck now. Wasisha and Yasir, both in their 40s. It's taken a bit of time compared to Yasir Kaleem Wasisha, but he won't mind. Still a very healthy run rate they're going at. Down the leg side, swept away, and there is no fielder there as well. So the third boundary in this over. Santosh Pillai was economical in his first, but expensive in his second now.
Wonderfully executed, a fine sweep there from Wasi. And once again they forgot there's nobody at fine leg. Empty vacant spaces and exploited by the young right-hander. 117 for 2 at the halfway stage.
Well, Ahmed's wish has been granted. Charuka Raveen now comes into the attack. The Sri Lankan right arm off spinner. Oh, and what a good start. Where was this? Where was this from the rest of the spinners? Yasir Kaleem is absolutely baffled there.
Just going on with the arm. Beautiful delivery from the tall off spinner. And yes, but is it too little too late?
He goes for the big sweep. And will that fall into the fielder's hands? It does, but Mohammad Yasir coming in from that mid-wicket region, called for it, got his hands to it, but it just slipped away.
Well, was it easier for the long on fielder or the deep mid-wicket? Flied it up, sliced the sweep, and he was always on the move, never had a stable base, and just shelling that catch. How costly will that be?
Charuka, yes, this time it will be given. No, it's not. They seemed quite confident.
He missed it by a mile. Excellent umpiring there. umpire Akhtar Hussain there. Yeah, he missed it by a mile, I reckon. No way. Well, Wasi, he's practicing the shot. Very big animated appeal. But
I'm not sure if the umpire will be too happy with where Charuka was standing there, right in his line of sight.
just maybe scuffing up the pitch, perhaps. That's going to be hard to do. It's absolutely well rolled in grass, rock hard.
Oh, Charuka Ravi, as soon as he's coming now, he's made it into an eventful over. How they would have wished to get that wicket of Yasir Khalil. Had Yasir held on to that catch.
Well, let me say something that will be familiar to you. Anna Harimacha. Bowling beautifully,
Well,
Charuka.
you wanted Sri Lankan flavour, now you've got it in the middle
Absolutely.
and in the top box. Oh, this is nice. He's got the right pace as a spinner. That's what's impressive about him. Vaibhav Singh was just pushing it, giving it a lot of air, but Charuka has recognized here that he needs to hurry the batsman up, not give them that time to manufacture those shots.
And even Santosh Pillai, when he's just put a bit of rip on the ball, when he's kind of bowled it in, he's gotten something off the deck.
Nicely done. Charuka Raveen seems to be the only bowler tonight who's figured things out on this track. Good over, a rare good over for Emirates NBD. 11 gone, 120 for 2.
So Vaibhav Singh, a change of ends, he replaces Santosh Pillai. Maybe a change of fortune as well, Samir.
He'll be hoping for that. Yeah. I mean, if he was smart enough, he probably had a chat with his colleague, Charuka. Probably asked him, well, what was the secret of your successful over? Maybe share a tip or two. It's quite obvious.
And he's just as tall as Charuka, if not taller. So he needs to use his height there. Try to dip that ball in, bowl it harder into the surface.
Oh, that's a lot of time given. And Vasisha is the kind of player who's not going to miss out when you give him time and width and space.
50 for young Vasisha of just 34 deliveries. Hasn't really played a false shot in anger. And they needed somebody to step up. Missing a lot of key players. And they lost 2 wickets early. And that's an excellent innings from the young man.
This is very disappointing from Emirates NBD. You don't see the captain or any of the senior players coming up to the bowler, having a chat with him, motivating him to maybe give a couple of ideas, ask him to push it through a little harder. But Vaibhav is all by himself over here. But that's not how teams operate. Pulled away. And more importantly, pulled into the gap. There was a square leg, there was a deep mid wicket, but Vasisha has batted for 35 deliveries and he can choose to play that wherever he wants to.
Raises the 100 partnership in exactly 60 balls. So it's been relentless aggression from Future Mattress. They've been going at 10 runs per over, in fact 11.2 runs per over. And once again, once he offered you width outside off, and this time he allows you to pull you through the leg side. It's very poor from Vaibhav.
That is a full toss. That has been hammered past the pavilion. That has been hammered past everything. That's a huge 6 and it's a gift from Vaibhav.
Well, now the overcompensation and the hanging full toss. And Vasisha's eyes lit up. Bang. Over the side screen towards the academy. Probably heading to Mr. Mahesh Montkar's office. That was a biggie. Right into the corridor.
I'm still quite baffled as to why no one is having a chat with Vaibhav. Have they come here with the intent that they're anyway going to lose? Are they out there to just have some fun? Muhammad Yasir, where is he? Where is Hamad Ahmad? Why aren't they having a chat with Vaibhav? Why is Charuka coming and talking to him?
Absolutely. They need just somebody to support him. Tell him, no worries, keep plugging away. You'll get your own. But he's been isolated.
Finally, a decent looking delivery this time. Wicket to wicket. Good pace. But they'll still push that in the gap and run a couple again. A very lazy effort there by the fielder Lahiru on that occasion. A very negative body language on display here by the Emirates fielders. You want to pick yourself up. Yes, future Mattress do have big names, but you're not playing the players, you're playing the opposition. Oh, another loose full toss outside the off stump this time, but the result is same. Wasi Shah, take a bow, young man. You played some brilliant strokes tonight.
Well, the first 6 was towards Mr. Mahesh's office. This one was straight at Mr. Mahesh. Watch out. He's our tournament director. Don't get him. Oh, that was close. Just over his head. And that's a very expensive over. 50 runs off Vaibhav's 3 overs already. 143 for 2. Current run rate just below 12.
Charuka, who's been the only silver lining in this very, very grey cloud for Emirates NBD. He too will be put away by Yasir Kaleem, who's looking very good tonight. And it's a 50 up for him with that boundary. 52 of 27. What a fine innings this has been.
Well, he's hardly broken a sweat in this innings. Came in very early in the piece. Only 5 dot deliveries. 1 maximum in that 52. But he's looked in imperious touch as well. And Charuka is under pressure now. Oh, it's been hit in the air. And it will land between 3 fielders. They're scurrying all over the place.
Well, all 3 of them look like they're going to get close to it. Look at the face of Charuka Raveen. He's created 2 chances now, and both times his fielders have let him down. Well, I can't imagine what must be going through his mind.
Oh well, just seems to be that kind of day.
Pushes it in faster. This time on one leg and pulling it to the fielder. Muhammad Yasir, the captain. Wow.
Well, slightly casual running there for once. And that was a very strange sweep shot over the shoulder.
A bit of bounce there from Charuka. He's a tall lad, remember. So he strikes a bit of bounce there.
Well, Wasi just went past his 50 a few minutes ago. He's already on 70. Oh, inside edge. And Charuka, well, he certainly has been desperately unlucky.
Well, Wasi's rise to that quick 70 was thanks to Vaibhav's very generous over last time. 2 easy full tosses and a couple of good looking shots there by him. But Charuka has been easily the best bowler. Unfortunately, he's been let down by his fielders. This time he gives it flight, a very rare delivery with flight from him. So contrasting display from the 2 spinners. One, Vaibhav Singh, the left armer, giving it lots of air and getting punished for it. Charuka though has been pushing it quicker through the air. Been somewhat successful, yes, created a couple of chances as well. Oh, that will be a shout. Yasir Kaleem getting down on one knee trying to sweep that. So quite baffling why they can't exchange that information about the length and the pace at which one needs to bowl on this track. Another look at the LBW appeal. They was just going with the arm, so probably going down the left, going towards the offside, missing the stumps completely. So another good over in the context of the game from Charuka. 13 done, 151 for 2. Santosh Pillai is now back into the attack. He's given away 20 off his 2. So spin is the way to go, looks like, for Emirates NBD. Vaibhav Singh, quite understandably, 50 off his 3 overs. He's been taken off. Now a bit of fine tuning of the field. Deep extra cover. Long off, long on. Deep mid wicket square leg. So the front of the batter has been fully covered, which means third man and fine leg have to be up.
Yeah, this is the right field for Santosh Pillai. And smartly, Wasisha just nudging the ball around. Well, the highest first innings score of the Arabian Cricket League is 247 by Galleon Cricket Club, Samir Yunus. Will that be under threat tonight? I think it will be.
Will we be lucky enough to call a game that breaks a record? Let's find out. Santosh Pillai though, bowled a full good first ball. Let's see what he does to Yasir Kaleem. Oh, he steps down, trying to hike that over mid wicket to cow corner. Another fumble here, but they are casually crossing over for a single. Wasisha and Yasir, they can afford to do that. They've got heaps of runs, so can afford to take some time, push it around, settling down, and maybe a couple of overs, and then again step on the gas and take a few more risks.
Well, they know they will get at least one boundary ball in every over. So just being patient for that, waiting on it.
Is that the one? Is that the boundary ball of the over? Yes, it is. So protection down at deep extra cover, but the cover region and the point region has lots of runs on offer. And when you bowl like that with so much width, it's very easy for the batter to get those runs.
Yeah, just asking to be smacked. And Wasisha obliged. He's moved to 76 in quick time. And he'll certainly be eyeing a triple figure score here.
Too close to cut, but he will get some bat onto it. Good bit of field in there. Rare good bit of field in there from Emirates NBD. Oh, that's a short one. And well fielded there. Very well fielded there. At long off, that's Akhlaq there. A single again, which is confirming that the highest score in this tournament is 277. Future Mattress might just be eyeing that. Yasir Kaleem down the track. So that seems to be the ploy against Santosh Pillai. And wow, he's threaded that gap very nicely. They did have a long on in place, but it was quite wide, Hamad. But Yasir Kaleem has pushed that right down behind the ball. In fact, it wasn't even that straight, but there was just not enough time for the fielder at long on to cut that off. He's not even in the frame. So another boundary to end the over. 162 for 2 in 14 overs. Raveen, the only good-looking bowler, he's been pulled away, and this time he'll go away for a boundary of the first ball.
Well, it was eventually a matter of time. Even he bowled a poor ball. None for 11 in his 2 overs before this, but that was a long hop. And Wasisha has rolled into the 80s by rolling on the back foot and pulling it to mid-wicket. Beautiful shot.
They've quickly run on to 166 in just under 15 overs. Raveen again down on one knee, again in the same region, but this time Muhammad Yasir, he's everywhere, the captain. Patrolling those boundaries, trying to stop as many runs as he can, but really he should be thinking of a strategy to break this partnership.
141 run partnership here between Wasi and Kaleem. Full toss drilled. There is some protection out there. And they'll certainly run two on that throw, which was well off target.
He almost slipped off his hands that. He didn't have control. Because of that, they're able to get a couple. So.
And they were the ones who opted to bowl first here, Samir Yunus.
Quite bold, very bold call from the captain. Bowled that from behind the stumps.
Well, he must have learned that from the captain of Future Mattress, Rohan Mustafa, when he's up to some mischief. I've certainly seen him do that before.
I've seen a few bowlers, even at the international level, do that. I'm not sure what kind of an advantage you get with that.
And Khurram Khwaja, the captain of Mid East Metals, also does that on occasion. Remember quite clearly.
Oh, hammered back. Most Khwajas I know are quite mischievous.
Well, that's very rude of you. I'll hold that against you for future matches.
Between us, Ahmad. We're the only
I'm not in the mood for banter today.
That's been hammered over. Will that be a chance? Oh, he's made a mess of it. What an opportunity to break this partnership, but like most opportunities that have come their way, Emirates NBD, they've just let it slip. And Charukar, wow, how disappointed will he be? Another chance goes begging.
Well, Vaibhav Singh, very good bowler, but not a very good fielder. Made the worst decision. It was late, and it bounced right in front of him, and he had no chance. 174 for 2 with 5 overs to go.
Looks like Santosh will finish off. It's the 16th over. Yasir Kaleem, that's his strong suit, isn't it? On the offside. This time Mr. Mahesh almost gets hit. It's as if they've made him into a target and they're having a competition between the two.
Hang on, Samir Yunus. I'm going to get him a helmet. Goodness me. Yasir Kaleem, what are you doing? You almost nailed our tournament director. Mr. Mahesh, I hope you're all right. He has that very uncomfortable smile on his face.
What a hit that was by Yasir Kaleem. Once again down the track, but making no real connection there. So rare dot ball again for Future Mattress. Emirates NBD are really under the pump here. 180 for 2 in just under 16 overs. Santosh Pillai will want to finish this over well. Really set the momentum for the rest of the innings. Yasir Kaleem once again in the same region. And once again it evades Mr. Mahesh. Well, it's as if they've decided who's going to hit him first. Yasir Kaleem is on 74 now.
Has he got a magnet in his pocket? What is going on? Those extra cover sixes, they're aiming for our esteemed tournament director. He stands out like a sore thumb in his white jacket. He needs to take some cover, get behind, go hide in oval 1. There he goes again. The third 6 of the over, and it's the best of the lot. You beauty, Yasir Kaleem.
Well, whoever you are, if you're not inside the ground, you are in danger, because Yasir Kaleem and Wasi Shah look in the mood and they are playing shots like this. So take cover and keep your eyes on the ball, because chances are you might get hit 3 sixes in this over.
Well, it feels like a 1v1 shootout between Wasi Shah and Yasir Kaleem. Oh, and he stumped him this time. Got it going across the right-hander. Santosh Pillai, he took plenty of tap, but he's got the final say, the last laugh. Stumped Yasir Kaleem for a stunning innings.
Pushed it through much quicker. That was the key here. That was the secret. Yasir Kaleem was looking for the flighted delivery coming into his arc. Played on his onside, but the ball decided to go straighter. Good job by the keeper there. Collected it well and took the start and bails off. 80 off 39. What a fine innings this has been from Yasir Kaleem. A good display of hitting, and that partnership with Wasi Shah was just phenomenal. 15.5, 192 for 3.
Well, the new batter coming in is an even more fearsome hitter, Umair Ali Khan. But what a partnership that was, Samir Yunus. Let me give you some numbers. 166 runs added in just 86 balls. That is phenomenal.
Reminds me of the score that England chased down the other day in the semi-final. 166 for no loss.
Well, that is supposed to make me feel better, but it's not. But Santosh Pillai, well, finally some respectability to his figures. But with Umair Ali Khan at the crease, let me tell you, the barrage of maximums is not going to slow down one bit.
Well, I don't think anyone who's come here to watch will be complaining. 2020 is a batter's game. They like to see those big sixes. And he won't even watch. He'll just hammer them. And the fielder at long off has no chance. Almost effortlessly hammered once again to Mr. Mahesh. What's happening out here?
Well, he should join us in the com box. That's the safest place in the house. Just sat up to be smacked and threw his hands at it. Gone for a boundary. 196 for 3. Fantastic scenes here at the ICCA Academy.
Charukya will bowl his last. And Wasi Shah, well, his partner may have gone off, but he's still in the mood. He's on a 90 now with that boundary and he's looking for those 3 numbers.
Can we see the 5th century of the Arabian Cricket League? Once again, 2 short on the pads. And look at that pull shot there, swiveled on it in a flash. Beautiful shot, Wasi.
Charukya Raveen started things off very well, but he too now has become a victim of... Oh, that's been hit. That's been hit very nicely. Again, the shorter side of the park. And that's gone miles and miles away.
He's been so good against spin today. The swivel pulls, the slog sweeps, all timed to absolute perfection. That was 6 immediately off the blade into those grass banks. Wonderful shot. I think we're going to need a new ball.
At the start of his spell, Charukya was receiving some respect for a few good balls he bowled, but now Wasi Shah has decided no time for respect. We're at the business end of the innings. We need to go after everyone. 200 up with that 6. In fact, was up before that, even with that boundary. There's so much going on here, we even failed to notice. But 206 now, Future Mattress.
Well, that 277 posted by Galleon Cricket Club, I think that looks out of reach if I'm being very conservative. But the way they're smacking the ball, honestly feel it could be within sight. They're making a statement here, Future Mattress. We might be missing 3 or 4 of our top guns, but that doesn't matter. We've got the depth in our squad to challenge anybody.
The fielders in the deep seem to have spent more time outside the boundary line than inside fetching those balls. There's quite a few of them have gone away and they've gone far. What does Wasi Shah do here? Well, that's been swatted away. And that too goes into the gap. In fact, no, there is a fielder there. He just cuts it off. And a couple of frames are 98 for Wasi Shah now. Will he get to his 100 with a big shot?
Well, that would be a big moment in his career. 98 of 51. He came in at 26 for 2 after 1.3 overs. And he's counter-attacked from ball 1. Smashed the ball to all parts. That back cut, over extra, down the ground. Pulling the ball, hooking the ball. He's shown it all tonight. Squeezed away behind point. Could this be the magic moment? Yes, it will. Sayyid Haider Wasi Shah gets his century in just 52 deliveries. What a champion's innings from the young lad. Well played. 3 maximums and 12 sumptuous boundaries. Outstanding innings.
Fabulous, absolutely fabulous stuff here. We've seen a display of some very, very good batting here. No real strokes of anger, no real shots in aggression, all of them good cricketing shots, just like the one he played to get to his 100. And what a phenomenal batting display has been put up here by Wasi Shah.
Well, that will make the selectors sit up and take notice of this young talent. He's been piling on the runs in every format across the UAE, across the length and breadth of the land, against every side, and it might be time he gets that call up. Down the ground, lofted, maximum, just beyond the long off's reach.
That's the shortest 6 we have seen all night. It was the only one that really got the fielder interested, but Wasi Shah, in the kind of form he is clearing those boundaries with ease. 106 for him, and he gets to that with this hit. 216 for 3 Future Mattress. Well, the seamers went for plenty at the top. The spinners have gone for plenty in the middle. And no choice but to bring back the seamers. Akhlaq, best bowler of the lot. Bowls from outside, very wide outside the line. The umpire won't call it a wide.
Well, that dot ball is as rare as the spotted tiger. Nicely bowled, full, very wide of off stump, but I don't think Umar Ali Khan will let it go anytime soon now.
That's a good length to bowl. Yorker length. It's a kind of delivery you want to bowl in this part of the innings.
Well, we have seen they are a good chasing side, NBD. This might be a touch beyond them, considering the quality of the bowling attack in the opposition. But Mohammad Siraj, Hamad Ahmed, they've been in good touch, so you never know, anything is possible.
Oh, what kind of shot was that? And where has that gone? Has that gone straight to a fielder? The keeper gets underneath it and he takes a brilliant catch. A brilliant catch. He ran behind, watched the ball all along, and it swiveled on him at the last moment, and he swiveled with it. Made sure it landed on his gloves.
Well, I was saying Mohammad Siraj, but in fact it's Mohammad Shahir. Outstanding catch. Incredible. He did a full 360 on it, but clung on for dear life. That may be the catch of the tournament. But take a bow, young Syed Haider Wasi Shah. 106 of just 55 balls, 4 maximums, 12 boundaries, brilliant strike rate, and he set them on the path to a massive score. Well taken catch by Mohammad Shahir. New batter in is Muhammad Ikram Jora, and that's us in the com box. Always glad for some camera time. The most hard-working people at the ICCA Academy Oval too.
Like to take some credit, don't we? A no ball here from Akhlaq Haider.
Well, that's why we've got the mic in hand. We control what goes in and out.
But I always say the com box is the best seat in the house. You get the best of both.
It most certainly is. It most certainly is. Oh, beats him outside off. Akhlaq. All the destruction, all the carnage. He's got 3 for 17 to his name.
He's bowling on a different planet, not even on a different pitch. He's got a world of his own. Emirates NBD have been thumped all over the park. The fielders have made a lot of mistakes, but Akhlaq Haider has been. Well, did I speak too soon, or will it be another wicket for him? Yes, it is. Charukar Ravi in there, right in front of us. holds on to that catch, and Akhlaq has now picked up 4 wickets.
Well, it's another second ball duck, this time for Ikram Johra. Challenged the long off fielder, and it was travelling at some pace, belted it hard, but Charuka Raveen, oh, just fingertip stuff. That could have easily slipped out, and the 5th wicket is down for Future Mattress. Mohammad Ikram without troubling the scorers. Mohammad Farazuddin in at number 7. Oh, and he's pulled it immediately. Dropped at short fine leg. Well, that would have been the 5 for Akhlaq Haider. He still has 1 over to go, but that should have been his 5th. So unlucky.
Good short ball to the new batter. Good short ball to the new batter. Created an opportunity, but unfortunately, like most in the evening, another catch has been put out. 4 for 19 for Akhlaq. 18 overs. This is still a brilliant score. 220 for 5.
Yes.
The skipper bringing himself on for the penultimate over. Lots of light shining on his head. He'll want some of the enlightenment.
Oh,
Full delivery, smacked away, over long off, and that will be maximum.
well, just missed his length by an inch, and Umair Ali Khan has sent it for a mile. What a hit there from Umair Ali, aka Jani. That's him at his best. Look at that bottom hand driving the ball over long off for 6.
Johnny has been out there for a while. He's seen batsmen come in and go out, and he's gotten strike after a while now. He's making full use of it. Ooh, is that well left, or yes, in fact that is well left, so it's a wide.
Yeah, that was a touch wide, even though we have that dynamic crease, so to speak, these days, but Umair was motionless at the crease. Projected scores hovering around 250. I think they should get 250 here, Samir Yunus.
The way they've been going so far, why not? And Umair, the way he's striking the ball so far, won't be surprised if they get more than that. Gainful, trying that Yorker length, but all he gets is a single down at long off. So good ball here from Mohammad Yasir.
Well, today has been chock full of runs. Doubleheader Sunday, we saw 227 posted by Pacific Group in match number 1 as they swept aside ICW, and Future Mattress doing much the same to NBD, but NBD have a much stronger batting lineup, I reckon. I think they will fight till the bitter end, and you never know, funny things can happen.
Out comes the good old-fashioned paddle sweep. I call it old-fashioned because 2020 has been here for a while, and we've seen that shot played so often now it's almost become part of the textbook of cricket batting.
Beautifully executed by Farazuddin. Look at that. Knew it would be on a length and just flipped it over the keeper. Smart shot. Innovation is the name of the game.
The big scores today, as you said, Pacific Group putting up to 227, and now Future Mattress well on course for a 240, 250 score. Known to be two of the stronger teams in the circuit, Future Mattress and Pacific Group, so living up to their names by putting up big totals here in this tournament. Oh, a full toss might just be called a no ball. Everyone's looking at the leg umpire, so is the batter, but no, not given.
Well, umpire Vipin Singh was the leg umpire. Thought about it. I think it just dipped on him there. Just dipped on him.
Well, to to his disadvantage. He's wearing his trousers quite high there. So even if it may have been above waist high, the umpire might have been put off there. Mohammad Yasir's last two deliveries. Well bowled but well hammered down the ground, just missing that Yorker length, and Farazuddin making sure he's hit that very hard behind the bowler for a boundary.
Yeah, slot ball and fast hands, and went the right area down the ground between the umpire and the long on, and that smacked into the side screen in a jiffy. 58 runs taken off his bowling.
That's again nicely hit, and that'll too be a boundary. So to the left of long off and to the right of long off, two boundaries to end a very, very solid looking spell here for the captain Mohammad Yasir. 4 overs of him, 62 given away.
Lovely wristy flourish to that one from Farazuddin, and like you mentioned, this time to the right of the same fielder. 240 on the board. So Akhlaq Haider hunting for a fifer, bowling the final over of this NBD bowling innings, and it's going to be a massive run chase to say the least. Samir Yunus.
He starts off with a wide. He hasn't bowled too many bad deliveries, Akhlaq, here today. A lot of good things to pick up those 4 wickets. Oh, that's a superb Yorker. And Farazuddin has come all the way halfway past the pitch, but Umair is not interested in taking a single. He is waiting for that length ball for him to go big on.
Well, 277 looks like a bit much, but can they get the second highest score of the tournament? That was 249, chased by TVSL against Galleon. Oh, it's a dot ball. Nicely bowled, Akhlaq.
Yeah, he's got the right pace and the right length. He's mixing it up here. Yorker, then a length delivery outside the off stump, inviting Umair to come forward and hit that on the offside. Long off, long on, deep extra cover in place. Third man is up, so extra protection on the leg side. Again swings and misses, and a bit of a celebration by the keeper, but it's just standard, putting the ball high up in the air.
Well, Mohammad Shahir must be a fan of Mohammad Rizwan. He also has those celeb appeals that are very frustrating for a Pakistan fan, let me tell you. He did that about 20 times today. But this is a brilliant over from Akhlaq.
Oh. That'll be a wide, just when you said it. Turning out to be a bit of an anti-climax this innings. They went very, very hard throughout the innings, but it's ending off with 3 dot balls. But I may be speaking too soon. There's 3 more balls to go. Umair is the kind of batter who can spoil your figures in just half an over. Swatted. Will that be the straight to the hands? And Shahrukh Raveen once again. 5 wickets for Akhlaq Haider. And that's thanks largely because they've been catching every time the ball has gone to the fielders off his bowling.
Slow delivery, belted straight, and Charuka takes another splendid grab. So that has been something very rare indeed. A 5 for a fast bowler at the ICCA Academy. Umar Ali Khan got for 12 off 9, but Akhlaq Haider, take a bow. You've bowled stupendously when all else around you have fallen. 5 for 21 in his 3.4 overs. That's a top bowling performance. Imran Khan out there on strike. Oh, and they're going to look for a run. Very smart there, Mohammad Shahir. Sent them scurrying back.
Looking for that quick single to get on strike for Azuddin. Quite.
Well, after all that smashing the ball all over the place, this time he's nailed it for 6, and they will achieve the 3rd highest score of the ICCA Academy, 1 run behind TVSL, and Imran Khan puts the exclamation point on a fantastic batting effort by Future Mattress.
At 248, at one point it looked like they were going to get much more, but this last over from Akhlaq Haider, yes, he did go for a 6 and a couple of wides, but in the context of the game, he's bowled a brilliant last over. But the momentum will still be with this brilliant innings of future Mattress. 24 for Hamid Khan. He set the tone at the top in that first over. Then Yasir Kaleem and Wasisha combined for that massive partnership of 160 plus. 80 for Yasir Kaleem and 106 for Wasisha. A superb 100 there. And then Umair Ali Khan with a bit of a cameo of 12 of 9, and in the end for Razuddin 2, 14 of 5 for him. Just 6 extras, but still 248 for 6 for future Mattress.
Well, only one standout bowler for Emirates NBD, Akhlaq Haider, 5 for 27, 10 dot balls in that 4-over spell, was absolutely outstanding. Then Santosh Pillai picking up the odd wicket of Yasir Kaleem stumped, and you can see from 26 for 2, that mega partnership that Samir Yunus mentioned really took the game away from the men in yellow and blue.
Well, when we come back, we'll have the innings of Emirates NBD, who will be out there to chase 249 of their allotted 20 overs. We'll be back shortly.
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SkyX.net presents ICCA Academy Arabian Cricket League 2022-2023, powered by Fancode. Match number 30 in progress. And news from the centre is after the first innings, Emirates NBD are chasing a behemoth of a score, 249, thanks to sparkling innings from Syed Haider Wasi Shah, getting 100, and 80 odd from Yasir Kaleem. Mohammad Shahir, the wicket-keeper batter, opening the innings alongside Hamad Ahmed. Oh no, pardon me, it's not going to be Hamad. We'll confirm the second opener, Imran Khan, with the new ball. Immediately on the money, squeezed away to point, and a misfield will allow him to get underway.
You've seen quite a few misfields, haven't we? Imran Khan, right arm pace, will bowl to Charuka, who's opened the batting this time for Emirates NBD. Well, it did seem like one of their best batters out there the last time they came out to bat, so makes sense to send him up top. A stylish left-handed batter.
Yeah, tall, lanky, was batting in the middle order, so let's see how he goes about it in the power play. Onto the pads, there is a slip in place. The two destroyers in chief, the wicketkeeper Yasir Kaleem, and first slip is Wasi, and Imran Khan coming off a player of the match performance himself, so he'll be in good bowling nick.
He seems to be shaping it into the left-hander. Generally, what right-handers get away from the right-hander and into the left-hander. Charuka is a fine batter on both sides of the wicket.
Oh, he's chipped it up. Fielder settling underneath it. The extra cover makes no mistake. Well, the commentator's curse has struck. That went aerial and nowhere else, and Tahir Latif takes the catch. Charuka departs for a second ball duck.
You're not sure what he was looking to do there. He went across his stumps. First looked to drag it, but then at the last moment just put his bat upwards. And that made the ball go right up in the air. Not even halfway past the 30-yard circle. And an easy catch for Tahir Latif there. So Charuka, his move to come opening, fails miserably. 1 wicket down for no runs.
Hamad Ahmed, the centurion of the previous game, coming in at one drop. And Imran Khan continues in his wicket-taking mode, taking only 3 deliveries to strike. Slip in place. Oh, and Hamad threw the kitchen sink at that one. That was there for the taking, though.
Yeah, with offer, his eyes lit up, his jaws come in, so we'll want to watch it out a couple of deliveries. He's in good form, Hamad. Played a brilliant century in a losing cause, although he'll want to repeat that and much more if he wants to see his team over here. But it's NBD chasing a mammoth 248.
That has been cracked over cover point. That's more like it. Beautiful shot. Look at that hand speed there, Samir Yunus.
Yeah, he hits them hard and he hits them fast. This time over the infield on the offside. No chance for the fielders.
A good old-fashioned thrash over cover point. Imran, he's known more for his ability to swing the ball. Can't drop it short at that pace. Has to be a lot fuller, a lot straighter. Yeah, that's much better. Nicely played as well. Glided down to deep third for 1. So his technique is looking in good order once again, Hamad Ahmed.
He clears his front leg quite early and a run over for an overthrow. That's quite unfortunate. Yes, you are defending a big 248, but you still have to be on your toes as a fielding unit. End of the first over, 6 for 1.
New bowler in is Tasawwur Jammu. Bowls at a decent clip. He will swing the ball as well, coming in from the school end. So they need Hamad to get a big score here. And Shahir, disappointed in the previous game, lost his wicket early, but he's certainly a quality player. Got a big 50 in the first victory of the Arabian Cricket League. Tucked away towards fine leg. That's a boundary.
Nicely done there by Mohammad Shahir. Walked across, almost expected Jammu to bowl straight, and then all he had to do was get some bat and turn it around for a boundary down at fine leg. So good start to the over for Emirates NBD. They'll need many of these if they have to even get close to that target.
My only slight concern is Shahir is standing on about middle stump. Needs to be careful playing around the front pad. Slow delivery, nicely tucked towards square leg for one. So both batters have got a boundary to their name. Not looking to bowl too quick. There's some heavy strapping on his bowling arm, right around that elbow. Maybe he's just not fully confident to unleash just yet, Samir.
Always good to take precautions when you're unsure. Just watching Shahir batting there, he seems to take that almost instinctive first step across the stumps. Maybe it's a thing he does to counter the swing that's available early on.
This time chipped in the air and mid off. Oh, back trailing, and he's fallen over. It was a difficult catch for Tahir Latif. Once again, the man in the middle of the action. Good slower delivery, went through with the shot, and it was in the air for a long time. Just couldn't get his hands up.
Yeah, always difficult when you're running backward. The right thing to do over there would be to turn around and run behind.
This time it's another top edge towards fine leg. It will plug and roll away. So Tasawwur Jammu clearly not at full strength, and he's leaking boundaries here.
Shahir taking full advantage of that arrowing line and length. This time it was Hamad Ahmad who was in strike. And he's the kind of batter who likes to go big early on.
Another 4. 4-1-2-4.
2 boundaries in this over now. 17 for 1 Emirates NBD. So they've gotten that little momentum that they wanted. They'll have to keep at it though. That's what's most important when you're chasing big targets. Don't get bogged down.
This time smacked over, extra cover by Hamad. And that may be the first maximum. No, 1 bounce over the rope. It was full and width offered, and he's cashed in.
You're right, very right about Jammu. There's just something about him that it says that he's not at his full strength, and he's offering some real freebies here to a batter like Hamad Ahmad, who's just fresh off a century. You don't want to let him get away so early on. Emirates NBD do bat deep.
Oh, that has been crashed through cover point. That good old-fashioned square cut fizzes past the fielders for 4. Beautiful shot, Hamad.
And this time he offers width. He's done everything. Short of a length, full length, width offered, and every time Hamad Ahmad and Shahir have taken full advantage. So Hamad has very quickly gone on to 22. It's 24 for 1.
Imran Khan continues, already a wicket to his name. Oh, this time it's been launched over long off, over the comb box, over everything for a gigantic 6.
That's gone to the streets. Shahir here, stepping forward. Converted into a full length delivery. It was away from him, but he reached out and got a big meaty part of the bat onto that. A huge six. I think we'll need new balls for sure.
This time he goes for it again. Not quite the same distance. Umar Ali Khan takes the catch. So one shot too many from Mohammad Shahir, and he has to pay the ultimate price.
Yeah, look to repeat that, Mohammad Shahir. But unfortunately, they didn't get too much onto it. The bat turning in his hands went all the way up, but cool as you like from Umair. Backtracking and catching that quite comfortably in the end. So another wicket falls. Emirates NBD can't afford this. 32 for 2.
Anuradha Ekanayake, new inclusion in the side, batting at 4, and Imran has 2 wickets to his name. Oh, beats him outside off. That one just held its line off the surface.
And looking to drive that Anuradha. Getting nowhere close to it. Just a hint of a movement away from him. Wasn't close enough to drive.
Just getting that ball to seam off the surface. Usually swings the ball, but that just tells you his seam presentation is immaculate. This time coming in and tucked towards fine leg for 1. So Anuradha is underway, and they desperately need a partnership here, Samir Yunus.
Yeah, they do. Similar to the one between Wasisha and Yasir Kaleem. In fact, it will have to be even better than that because you're already 2 down. They'll need to really put on a big show here if they are to try and chase this down. 216 more to win now. Imran Khan seems to be doing a fine job, not giving away too many. He's picked up 2 wickets now.
Right on the money, like you mentioned. Has a hustle and bustle action. Reminds me a bit of former West Indian fast bowler Ravi Rampal. Very chest on.
Well, what about the name? Imran Khan.
Well,
Can't get better than that.
Absolutely. World Cup winning captain. Outstanding all-rounder of the 80s. And now a major politician in Pakistan. Oh, look at that extra bounce. Nicely bowled.
Hurried there, Ahmad Ahmed. Therefore, couldn't make much of a connection. So good over again by Imran Khan. 33 for 2.
Tasawwur Jammu needs to bounce back after that poor first over. Clearly not at full strength. Bowling with that big brace on his arm, big strapping. Of course, that won't allow you to put your absolute full power on the ball. Struck on the pads. Very late on that one, Anuradha. Needs to be careful. He will get that in swing to you.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be that natural T20 hitter kind of batter. It's more of a technique reliant sort of batter. At least that's the kind of vibes he's given off so far from the little that we've seen of him, Anuradha Ekanaika. They coached him pretty young back in Sri Lanka, Ahmed. One of the first things we do when we join those cricket academies and schools is a drill. Yeah, push that away to the leg side. So not his natural game, clearly. So we get those kids to play that stances right, get that front foot defense right, and that sort of becomes your bread and butter every day. Only when you've come to a certain level do they show you how to play those power shots. So the technical shots, they come first in your muscle memory.
And there's a major debate going on in cricket these days, how to train the next generation. Driven on the up there, and mid on, Saif Janjua, but I don't think we'll be seeing him in Qatar anytime soon. And big smile on his face as well. And like you mentioned, there's been a lot of healthy debate. Do you train them to play T20 first, and then you inculcate that defensive game, so you don't want to curb their natural instincts to strike the ball?
Well, if you ask me, it's a matter of identifying the right talent and applying those processes into them. That's been top edged, but it won't mind. Hamad Ahmed won't mind for sure, because that has gone again to where Mr. Mahesh is. The ball seems to be following him everywhere tonight.
Well, he took immediate cover there into one of those warehouses. Yeah, pulled away. Bit of a top edge, but that had plenty of height, plenty of distance, and Santosh Pillai, well, don't see you taking any catches anytime soon. But Hamad Ahmed, 26 of 10, once again dealing in fours and maximums. Flicked over the fine leg, Matiullah Khan giving chase. It will be cleaned up by Ikram Johra, and hard running will get them to good stuff.
Yeah, you look at someone like Hamad Ahmed, he's built big. He has that strong stance, and he relies on that bottom hand of his to really thump the ball hard. And that's what I mean by identifying them at a young age. If you see someone who's got that good fast hands, good, quick wrists, and they have that strength and natural body strength in them, then you sort of put them in the processes of power hitting and hitting the ball hard. But then if you see someone who's got those nice wrists, very technically sound, oh, that's a nice comeback delivery by Jammu. Trying to push that Hamad on the offside, couldn't really get some bat onto it. 4 overs done, 42 for 2.
Imran Khan continues for his third, slashed, and that's a beautiful square drive. Well, Anuradha Ekanaike created that shot out of absolutely nothing.
Yeah, there wasn't much width offered there. He almost made all that room for himself. Take a look at that again there. It was on top of the stumps, but still Anuradha managing to create that room for himself, hit the upper slice of the bat, but he won't mind where it hit as long as it ended up at the boundary line.
Remarkable shot, remarkable stroke indeed. This time he goes straight over the mid-off. One bounce over the rope. 50 up for NBD. And pretty good time.
Maybe we were too early to judge him. He's got the strokes and he's showing it to us tonight. Imran Khan a little full this time. And Anuradha recognizing that there is no fielder at long on. This time he drops down the fielder at long on, Umair, who took that brilliant catch. So 2 4s to start the over off, exactly what they need, Emirates NBD.
Yeah, going at a current run rate of 11.5 is not too bad at all. Still plenty to do. This time full outside off. And he just lost his footing there. Hopefully he's alright.
Yeah, he saw it full and he really wanted to give it a hammer. The eyes all over, head all over, completely missed it. Good ball by Imran Khan. On the off stump line on a full length delivery, almost inviting him to play that expansive drive. He's got protection now at long off.
Yeah, he'll always ask the right questions, Imran. Keeps nagging away at that off stump. Short ball, surprised him there, nicely bowled, and that was certainly not above head height, even though he's not very tall, Anuradha.
Yeah, not a bad option. There is that fielder at deep square leg, the lone fielder on the leg side, and the other one is obviously long off, as we said. So with slip in place, they've got only that option to cover.
2 for 22 on the day. Will be interesting to see if he bowls all 4 overs on the trot. Slow delivery, skewed away towards mid-wicket. Hamid Khan giving chase. They'll pick up a couple quite easily.
Yeah, rather looks like he wants to step on the gas. Now he's seen enough. He's been around for a while now. Maybe it's just time to start playing those shots because they can't afford to relax him at NBD. That required red almost at 13 per over. And if you let that slip, the game starts getting out of reach for you.
Yeah, they've put in a pretty decent effort so far. This time a big swish. Just missing the off stump. Another good over from Imran comes to an end. 52 for 2 at the end of 5. Tasawwur Jammu with a much better second over, but still got taken for runs. None for 28 so far, so he'll be looking to add some wickets and make his figures look more respectable. Hamad Ahmed on strike, and he takes him downtown for a mighty 6.
You bowl in that area to Hamad Ahmed. He's a big lad. He's going to punish you. This was right in his arc. That backswing of Hamad Ahmed. How much have we seen it over the last few days? And it's once again on full display. Huge 6 for him.
He's a quality player, absolute quality. Been impressed with him each time I've watched him throughout the ACL. 34 of 13 now. And future Mattress cannot take this game lightly. He has shown the ability to make big runs. Oh, this time bending his back to Tasawwur and that extended run up.
Well, if at all, that seems to be his one weakness, Hamad Ahmed. Every time it's cut into him on that waist height or that rib height, he's looked a little uncomfortable. But if you slow it down at that area, he's got enough power to hammer that over fine leg. Fine leg is up in the circle, so is third man. Long on is down, and that's a deep square leg. So very less error for margin here for Jammu.
Oh, not getting in line with the ball. They're trying to create a shot, dab it behind point. Don't need to be too fanciful. You've already hit a 6 in the over. just look to push the ones and twos and you'll get 12.
And the difference in that partnership that we saw early on between Wasi Shah and Yasir Khalil, that even though they were not getting the boundaries at the initial stage, they did cross over for those singles by nudging it into the gaps. That's not something we're seeing between Anuradha and Hamad Ahmed. They're going for those big strokes, but in between, you need those, the singles and the twos.
That's better. Just tucking it into square leg for one. You're absolutely spot on. The run in between the wickets, they were literally hitting it to fielders and taking ones. And you need to have that self-confidence to keep plugging away, keep that scoreboard humming along. Partnership has grown to 27 runs between Anuradha and Hamad. Looking relatively relaxed at the crease and putting pressure back on the Future Mattress seamers. Oh, it's been hit in the air, just gonna drop in front of extra cover. They will pick up one there.
Yeah, last few deliveries, Anuradha has looked very uncomfortable. Yes, he played a couple of good looking strokes, but after that he's been trying to hit it too hard, and in the process has lost all balance. Even over here, not in full control of this delivery. Hit the upper part of the bat. Luckily for him, it didn't go straight to the fielder, just one bounce.
Yeah, he doesn't really use his feet much. Likes to play standing upright. There's no front foot push or concerted effort to get on the back foot or play those horizontal bat shots. Looks to play straight. Down the leg side. Well, extras will certainly help. And I do recall Future Mattress made 70 odd in the power play. Emirates NBD not far behind.
Yeah, in terms of the rate, going along quite well. Helped with some wides here. Jammu hasn't been himself, clearly visible. 61 for 2. They'll think they're still in the game. They definitely are. But it's that partnership that needs to be replicated. The one that was between Wasi Shah and Yasir. Somebody from Emirates NBD needs to put their hands up and have that kind of a partnership.
Once again, a big hoik across the line. 61 for 2 at the end of power play for Emirates NBD. So it's the left arm leggy Tahir Latif being introduced into the attack. Very, very skillful operator. Let's see if he can get some bite and turn off the surface. Introduced as early as possible with the newish ball. Squirted away to deep square. That will certainly be an area of a lot of traffic with his kind of bowling.
Yeah, left arm leg spinners are a rare breed on there. Don't see them too much. I don't think they even call the term that they used to be called before, Chinaman. Do you have any idea where that term came
Well,
from?
it was apparently a person of Chinese descent who started bowling that for the West Indies, I believe. Oh, he's bowled him, has he? No! Extra bounce. That was right through the gate of Hamad Ahmed.
And I think it's hit Yasir Khalil on the helmet. Very fancy looking helmet at that one.
You're more of a baseball catcher's mask there. You don't usually see that, but he seems to prefer it that way.
He must be used to
Oh,
the leg
how
spinner
close
bowling
was
such
that?
deliveries.
How close was that, Samir Yunus? Right on the money as Tahir Latif. They wouldn't have seen a lot of him. Hit on the pads, but he was well down the track. So he's certainly asking the right questions.
Very uncomfortable here, Hamad Ahmed. He seems to be the kind of batter who likes that pace coming on to him, but now that things have slowed down, he's struggling out there.
That's a better shot. Cut, but straight to point. Matiullah Khan. Throw was off target, and they will pick up an overthrow. Not good work there by the square leg. He should have been running in immediately.
Yeah, one was expected there. Then the overthrow allowing them to get a double. So Hamad Khan will keep strike. But how good has Tahir been? Straight away, 4 very good deliveries, right on the money.
Cut off the stumps once again. That's very risky indeed. If you want to play him square of the wicket, I'd suggest a reverse. At least you'll have the momentum with you. Other than that, if you don't pick his googly, you will be in trouble, big time trouble. Pulled, and that's a steady over from Tahir Latif. Only 4 off it, and that will halt the progress of Emirates NBD. 65 for 2. Imran Khan being reintroduced, this time from the school end. Interesting choice considering he got both wickets from the academy end. So final over of his spell, he's been very tidy and once again taking early wickets. Hamad Ahmed 38 of 22. Oh, that's a poor delivery, an absolute gift, and Hamad Ahmed accepts it with glee.
Would have been a wide had he left it alone, but he chose to get bat on that, and he got a good bit of bat on that. No chance of hind leg. And that'll run away to the boundary.
Yeah, that's no way to get him out. Once again, stacking up big scores back to back. Got a century and now 42 of 23, looking quite dangerous. They need to get him sent back. Not if you bowl short and wide.
Yeah, it should have been maybe an opportunity there for Hamad Ahmed to put it away because there was a loose delivery. There's only one fielder down there at the offside, the deep extra cover. If he had tried to hit it a bit more squarer, could have got a boundary. So the power play is over. Long on, long off are both down, so he can afford to go full if he wants to.
Slow ball there, and it was so slow. Anuradha almost swung himself off his feet trying to pull it away.
He played that yesterday, Anuradha. The ball never really arrived to him, got the toe end of the bat and it fell right on his shoe. Good mixing up here by Imran Khan.
Yeah, he's a very seasoned fast bowler, knows his strengths and weaknesses, recognizes what the pitch is doing very quickly and adjusts. Another slow ball over the point fielder. That hung in the air for an absolute age, and they will pick up a double.
He's making room on rather to try and swing it away on the offside, but he's not getting all of it. He's played and missed quite a few by now, 16 or 15. That's not how you want to be going when you're chasing such a big target. Hamad Ahmed is doing well, 43 of 24, but needs a partner who can be as good as him at striking the ball.
Partnership has grown to 40 runs. So they're certainly doing a decent job. Oh, that's a big no ball. That slipped out of the hand and he smacked it out to deep cover. And that should be a free hit for sure. Yep, here comes the signal.
Yeah, it probably slipped out of the hands. And very loopy full toss there. Anuradha was surprised himself. Like, where are you bowling at me? Are you sure? And that too was put down by Vasisha there.
So a free hit for Hamad Ahmed. So they've got the right man, the power hitter, on strike. And he goes downtown. It hasn't been middled, but it's got enough for a maximum.
Was finishing to be a good over by Imran Khan after that first ball boundary, but he spoilt it with that no ball, followed up with a massive 6 from Hamad Khan. Hamad being typical of himself, those big strong arms coming into play, right back behind the fielder at long off.
Well, one fast bowler certainly not aiding the other. Imran Khan not happy with Tasawwur's effort. 49 of just 25. Another sparkling innings by Hamad Ahmed. And that'll be his 50 of just 26 deliveries. Another fantastic innings. 81 for 2 at the end of 8 overs. Emirates NBD going along well, scoring at 10.1 runs per over. 3 sixes to his name. Another fabulous knock. Tahir Latif back into the attack, and this has been smacked towards wideish long on. Astronomical 6 from Hamad Ahmed.
Nice little advertisement there for our host grounds, ICCA Academy. And Hamad Ahmed has lit up the skies with some seriously brutal hitting. He's got to his 50, and now he'll want to make sure that he goes on for a while now for Emirates NBD if they are to make anything out of this game. They're chasing 249. They're going along at almost 11 runs per over. They still require 13.5 runs per over. They'll have to keep going in this fashion. And as long as Hamad Ahmed is out there, they will believe.
Brilliant striking of the ball. 55-run partnership in quick time. So Tahir Latif is being counter-attacked here. That will cause some headaches to future Mattress and Tasawwur Jammu, the captain. Umar Ali Khan in the background, seasoned, experienced campaigner, moving his fielders around, but when the ball is heading out of the park, there's not much you can do.
Yeah, going back to that length, Tahir Arif, we recognized how in the first over, he wasn't offering anything full on that good length. Tahir Latif, beg your pardon. But this time, just experimented with the fuller delivery in the first one, got punished, so now he's back on that probing length of.
Anuradha hasn't timed this and holds out and dropped by Hamid Khan. Well, that wet ball, but surely that's not an excuse for a quality player like him.
Anuradha seeing that full, went all out at it, straight to the hands of Hamid Khan, who could have taken that easily on any other day. But I think it hit a little finger of his.
Yeah, not balanced there. Big swipe across the line. So Anuradha Ekanayake has gotten a life. Hamad Khan striking the ball big. Current run rate 10.3. Could we see a stunning upset here? Slashed and taken at backward point by Matiullah Khan. Well, it was travelling, it needed to be caught, he didn't make a mistake, and that's a massive blow to Emirates NBD.
I'll tell you what, they'll be glad they didn't take the catch of Anuradha, because they ran over for a single and Hamad came on strike and he's gone first ball. Soon as he's gotten on to strike, Matiullah Khan with a brilliant catch that point. He may have hurt himself, but it's well worth it because it's the big man who walks out after a brilliant innings. Hamad Ahmed, 89 for 3 now, Emirates NBD.
New batter in is Akhlaq Haider, coming off a 5 with the ball. Can he add some quick runs here with the bat as well? Tahir finally gets the wicket. Inside edge onto the boot, trying to be positive. Good over from the left arm leg. He comes to an end. 89 for 3 at the end of 9. Well, finally being brought on in the 10th over, Matiullah Khan, right arm, very fast. Perhaps he's not fully fit, but let's see. Yeah, now the tempo will change. He is furiously quick.
Yeah, and rather they are clearly rattled by the pace down the leg side. Be glad to get off strike.
And you can see he has very heavy bandages on his fingers, taped hard. He's always in and out of the UAE training camps. And his bowling hand, you see that big red bandage, so perhaps just playing with the niggle. Hopefully he'll be alright, and hopefully we'll see some of that trademark pace of his. Akhlaq Haider new to the crease, and that was much too quick for him. Banged and short. He plays his cricket aggressively, Matiullah Khan, and that's the way he likes to bowl as well.
Akhlaq Haider just in now. We'll have to do with the pace of Matiullah Khan. But he must be in a good mood, Akhlaq. Picked up a 5 wickets himself. Was the only silver lining for Emirates NBD in that bowling innings of it theirs. Most bowlers went for quite a few, but he stood out with his fifer. And today he'll have to bat out of his heart.
Oh, that's hit him. That was aimed at his throat. He would have been run out by a mile there. That was some serious gas from Matiullah Khan, the blue-eyed assassin.
It was nasty, wasn't it? Akhlaq at the last moment looking to get away with it, almost using his bat as a form of protection there. Lucky for him, it didn't go straight to a fielder. Almost a run out at the non-striker's end. So
he had clearly lost his bearings there. Very lucky he's alright. And can he bowl the fuller one then? He's shown a lot of short stuff, pacey. And yeah, they don't want to get in line with that kind of bowling. Fantastic, accurate and hostile.
I'm just wondering if he's lining them up now for a full fast straight Yorker. He's bowled 4 short deliveries and kept them on the back foot. Maybe let them believe that this is going to be a barrage of bounces and then suddenly bring out that Yorker full length delivery.
Or try that off cutter, foolish. Get them to play early on the shot or maybe even late. Oh, he's aiming for the lids. Another pacey delivery, one for the over. And he's quickened since I last saw him. Looks really lean, super fit, good rhythm as well.
He's just absolutely peppering that shot of a length. And it's getting good bounce and carry off this track. Probably the only bowler who's taken advantage of a track like this so far.
But he needs to be smart. He needs to bowl wicket-taking deliveries as well. Oh yeah, that was a fuller one and they read it. And it has been screwed over the top of extra cover for a boundary.
Yeah, the batter's guess was as good as mine. 5 short balls and the last one full. And they had to be hit, and that's exactly what was done. A boundary to finish this over. 95 for 3.
Tahir Latif continues 1 for 12 in his 2 overs so far. And I think that's what Akhlaq Haider is truly planning to do. Just clear that front leg, try to smack it over square leg. It's a big boundary, so good luck to him.
And with that kind of mood that the batter is in, they actually have the audacity of having a widey slip, expecting him to sort of poke at it at the off stump. Quite surprising if that does happen.
This one just sat on the pitch and asked to be smacked. 2 extra cover for a boundary. Rare poor delivery from Latif.
Short and wide. Akhlaq is a strong lad. He won't miss out on deliveries like that. Plenty of space on that offside. Big gaps. Take full advantage of those.
Very wide first slip. Oh, inside edge. Went on the back foot. Wasn't sure which way the ball was going to turn. But he squeezed away to bring up the 100 for Emirates NBD in very good time.
Yeah, under 11 overs, they're still maintaining that 10 runs per over. Not much of a front foot batter, Akhlaq Haider. He prefers staying on that back foot and power the ball away almost. And rather makes room, and he makes room well enough to hit a 1 bounce for onto the offside.
Well, I hope you're happy now, Samir Yunus. You weren't happy with the strike rate. That has been belted over extra cover. Another half tracker. And Anuradha, what a welcome addition to the side. He looks a quality batter.
Yeah, he'll look to play the anchor role here if it even applies in a chase like that. He'll have to be the guy who will bat through the 20 overs and allow the other batters to come around him and play those shots.
Hit hard, hit straight, but there is Farazuddin at long off. He's an outstanding fielder, nicknamed Jaunty for very obvious reasons. We don't have a lot of creativity here. Every good fielder is jaunty. That's been the way for the past 20 years in our Asian circles. Oh, and he stumped him. Well, Akhlaq Haider wasn't particularly looking to apply himself. Came down the track and missed the ball, and Yasir Kaleem, easy as pie for him. So the 4th wicket goes down. Akhlaq stumped for 6. Tahir Latif gets his 2nd. New batter in is Anuj Thakur. So just when they were picking up some slight momentum, another wicket has fallen for NBD. And now it's becoming more and more difficult. Required run rate is crept up to 16. Matiullah Khan continues his fiery spell. Forced towards mid-off. Oh, there's a misfield. And they'll pick up to well. Tasawwur Jammu, he's not had a great day, has he?
Yeah, he's struggling in the field. Saw a very casual attempt from him to try to catch that free hit that Ahmad hit for 6, and now letting it go through his legs. Matiullah is smiling about it. He is mine. Imran Khan, though, earlier wasn't too amused by that effort. It's bowled well. Matiullah really rushed the batters here.
29 of 24 for Anuradha Ekanayake. Once again, he plays in his own way, but it works for him. That one was nicely carved behind point, and Wasi If he wasn't in the way, that would have been a boundary.
Clearly a strong offside player, likes to make room for himself and carve it away. So far he's done well to get to his 30 of the 25 deliveries that he's faced, but he'll have to be a bit more faster with his scoring rate.
Well, hang on, Samir Yunus. I just want you to take a look at Anuj Thakur's pads. They're a bright fluorescent orange, really catching the eye. In fact, they're blinding me in the comm box. I didn't bring my sunnies because it was a night game. But they're fantastic.
You
Love the color.
You shouldn't be complaining, Ahmad, because that's the color of the team that got you in the semi-final. It's Netherlands, the orange of Netherlands.
Oh, this is some different kind of orange, let me tell you. Look at that. Sparkling. And big swish. Yeah, it is that orange. A much brighter shade. I'm going to have a chat with him after the game. Where did you get those? I might get a few polos in that color.
Well, don't walk into the comm box with those.
I'll be glowing in the dark.
We like our eyes the way they are. Well, Anuj Thakur, wild swing at that first delivery. Matiullah, express pace here.
Yeah,
Fastest we've seen all night.
You need to hit him behind point. Use that pace against him. Don't pull him. But he's going across the line. And Yasir Kaleem, well, a very enigmatic appeal because he's been caught behind. Matiullah gets his man. And the man with the striking pads has to depart. Anuj Thakur.
Well, if you keep swinging like that and missing, eventually you're going to kiss that edge, and that's exactly what Matiullah has done. Yasir Kaleem, when he puts the ball up like that, you don't know if he's celebrating a wicket or just casually putting it up. But this time, we're sure he's celebrating a wicket of Anuj Thakur, who's gone for a duck. Matiullah gets his first wicket. Half the side of Emirates NBD is gone for 108 in the 12th over. One of the two Sri Lankans in this Emirates NBD team. We saw Charukka Raveen earlier with the ball, and now it's Lahiru Malwatta who will come out to bat. Right-hander. Haven't seen much of him. And today he'll have to really bring out everything that he's got up his arsenal to try and get Emirates NBD close to the target that they're chasing. Matiullah Khan has troubled a lot of batters tonight. Oh, and it's gone right through him and it's missed everything. The stumps, the keeper, and it's rushed away for a four. In fact, it's taken an inside edge. For a moment, I thought it may have just gone for byes there, but it really rushed Lahiru. Got the inside edge, past the keeper, and onto that boundary line. So sometimes express pace can work against you. Most times it troubles batters, and that's what it has done tonight for Matiullah. Lahiru gets off the mark with a streaky boundary. Again, fast and full, straight wicket to wicket stuff. So a dot ball to end a wicket over for Matiullah Khan. 112 for 5 at the end of 12. .137 required of the last 8 overs. Sahir Latif will bowl out. Anuradha makes room. He's got the elevation, but has he got the distance? A valiant effort there by the fielder, Wasisha, I think it is. May have hurt himself. And they'll run a couple, I think. Tossed up by Tahir Latif. Getting down the track, Anuradha Ekanayaka. Got a lot of air in that. Wasisha covered good distance, but just couldn't get his hands under the ball on time. This time it's straight down the ground. Will it be taken this time? The fielder is getting underneath it. And again another miss. Umair on that occasion. Farazuddin from at long off was running in to take that. But Umair an extra cover. Ran backwards. Again got underneath it. But at the end just evading him that ball. In the night sky. Always difficult to judge these ones. Especially when it's behind you. So a couple of drops. In the first two balls, you're offside, Latif's over. They're going for everything. And they have not much of a choice actually. Anuradha is now on 35.
Well, Samir, you have to be smart here. Fair enough that the game might be beyond you. But it's only your third match of the tournament. You don't want to be stuck in a negative net run rate hole that is difficult to recover. So the objective has to be to bat the full 20 overs. Swiped towards long on. Lahiru looking to be positive. Fair enough, its required run rate is around 18. But if you bat the full 20 overs at this rate, you will get up to 180, 190, which is a very good score overall, and that margin of victory will be greatly reduced.
Yeah, this is where you don't need to get your emotion control you. You understand that this is all your batting strength is. Again in the air, but the fielder at long off will cut it off. So you really make that wise decision. You realize, okay, this is all the batting strength we have, and the required run rate is way beyond what we are capable of. So let's try and now get something positive out of this game, and that, as you very rightly said, is to bat the 20 overs.
And if you had held your catches, it could have been a different game altogether. They gave Yasir Khalil multiple chances. Oh, driven hard down the ground, long off, long on, cannot cut it off. Another boundary here. So Lahiru Melavatta looking to get going. 1, 2, 3 for 5. And that was hit with some power. And Tahir Latif really should have done better, to be honest. So it's going to be Wasisha brought on to bowl. I think he bowls a bit of leg break. I haven't seen much of him. Usually he's in the field or as a wicket keeper. An extra bounce immediately. Slightly wide.
It was his 100 really that set it up for Future Mattress, along with Yasir Khalil. That partnership really lighting up that Future Mattress innings. Full Anuradha. And what a catch that is. What a brilliant catch that is from Umair. He came running in. For a moment he was confused if the fielder at long off was going to come in. Long on was going to come and take it. But Umair held on to it, slid through and stopped at the right moment.
Well, that is a brilliant grab. Trying to force it over cow corner, and take a look at this one. Fantastic balance. Look at that. Sliding across Cristiano style and well within the boundary rope. So Anuradha's sparkling innings comes to an end. 36 of 21. And Wasisha has a wicket to his name. 123 for 6.
Skipper comes out to bat. Mohammad Yasir. He will face the leg spin of Wasi Shah, and he will start off with a nice looking boundary that was powered down and long off.
Well, that was pure brute strength from Mohammad Yasir. And Wasi Shah, well, he dished out plenty of punishment with his own willow. Now he's having to face the music. Nicely struck. And Yasir gets his innings underway with a sweet boundary.
Yeah, played with some sort of vengeance, wasn't it? As soon as he came in, it's full. Just on that off stump line. Behind the line, you can really bang it off. Wasi Shah, after that brilliant century, now with his leg spin, has picked up a wicket. We want to pick a couple more and get his name on that man of the match sheet.
Yeah, I think he's certainly the outstanding candidate for that in this game. Flawless 100. And this time it's a steepler. He wants to take it himself. Will he do it? Oh, that's a brilliant caught and bowled. And the star man is out. Brilliant catch, Wasi.
Yeah, I didn't leave it to anyone else. He wanted to decide his own fate, and that's exactly what he's done. Tossed up, Yasir, the captain, looked at it, wanted to go after it, went right up in the air, nowhere else. And was the bowler himself, Wasi Shah, said, let me grab this because I have earned it. So another wicket falls down. They're tumbling down now, Emirates NBD. The captain goes for a boundary, just 4 off 2. It's 127 for 7 now. Vaibhav Singh now comes in at number 9. Tucked away on the leg side for a single. Wasi Shah will fancy his chances to try and pick up another wicket here. Lahiru Malwata seems to be the only recognized batter out there for Emirates NBD. 121 off 37 now. Clearly completely out of reach for Emirates NBD. A slip comes in place for Wasi Shah. Lahiru Malwata will face him for the first time tonight. Tossed up and a slog sweep will be cleaned up for just a single. So 14 done, a successful double wicket over for Wasi Shah, 129 for 7. Saif Janjua, opening batter, will now take the ball. Gentle off spin, been pulled away. Field that long on for just a single. So everybody wants to have a bowl now, might as well. It's the tail end that they're bowling to. Get a few wickets under their names. A bit of practice as well.
Most certainly. Big shot down the ground and beats the long off. One bounce over the rope. Good strike by Vaibhav Singh.
Yeah, this game really now done and dusted in terms of the result. And just a matter of by how much and for how much is what we're waiting to see.
Yeah, one-hander there by Vaibhav. So he does have good natural striking ability. Can he continue going though? Chip away at this target. Played across the line. They're going to push for 2 here. Deep square leg is right on the fence, but they don't want to challenge Imran's arm.
Yeah, Lahiru will be on strike. Now, Vaibhav wasn't interested in the second. As soon as he finished the first one, almost put his hand out and said, no, thank you, Lahiru. You take the rest of the over. Oh, he's shaping up to really hit it big, but it'll just be one bounce to the fielder again at long off. So that's the region they've really fancied themselves to go. But not too much reward, just singles.
He's certainly a powerful striker of the ball, Lahiru. I'd like to see more of him up the order.
Oh, yorked himself almost there. Yasir failing to collect that. Could have been a stumping opportunity. So if Genju will smile, can afford to smile future mattress today. They put up a smile-worthy performance tonight. 248 with the bat, and now reducing Emirates to 137 for 7. Tossed up, right up in the air. This might just be taken. In fact, it goes beyond the two fielders who were converging to catch that. In the end, neither of them got to it. It went behind them for a maximum.
Yeah, just the height of it took it across. It was a steepler from Lahiru and just kept going on and cleared the boundary rope. 143 for 7. Wasi continues. Drill down the ground for 1. So can he add some more wickets to his name?
I'm wondering why Matiullah Khan was stopped after those 2 overs. He did pick up a wicket. Maybe they're just saving him towards the end of the innings. Full and driven past the fielder at cover. In fact, that will run away to the boundary. Yes, it does. So well driven shot there by Lahiru Balbatta. He's not done yet. 22 of 9 for him.
Well, the long off just couldn't catch up to it. It kept running away and away and away. And in the end, it ran out of room to run. It was a big chase. And just that slick outfield taking the ball across. So Lahiru getting some useful runs to his name.
Like you said, if he can bat like this, he needs to be batting much higher in the order. Not at 6 drop, because he can hit sixes like that. Wow, this is some serious stroke play. Yes, it's just a part-time bowler, but it still takes some doing to play shots like that.
Beautiful crisp strike over mid-wicket. Lovely footwork. And once it left the blade, it was always heading out of the park onto the grass banks. This is good striking. 150 up for NBD.
Why have they been hiding him? Lahiru Balbatta should have been batting much higher, probably a 2 drop, 3 drop. Not so late when the game is done and dusted, when the cause is lost. 95 of 27 now. We're under 16 overs. This time outside the off stump, and once again cut away very nicely. Will the fielder be able to cut it off? Yes, I think he'll get to it. Imran Khan there. So 2 more runs to Lahiru Balbatta.
Well, he's showing he's not a regular frontline bowler. Was he just spraying the ball a bit all over the park? And that's allowed them to take some easy runs. Of course, it's not easy, especially with that wet ball in hand.
Full. Hit straight back past the bowler. Could have been a chance. Just hit too powerfully there. So a single to end off this over. In fact, there might just be one more delivery.
An expensive over here. They've taken plenty. 14 runs in fact off it. So bringing him crashing down to earth.
Vaibhav on mid wicket there. Again, 2 fielders get into it. One of them will cut it off. And it'll just be a couple of runs to end the over. 16 done. 159 for 7.
Oh, this has gone aerial, long on. This time Farazuddin makes no mistake, and Saif Janjua, well, he'll be pleased to have a wicket to his name. Couldn't contribute with the bat, but picks up a wicket.
Yeah, Lahir had to go for that, didn't he? Was there to be hit. There's not much happening in the game. Might as well hit a few strokes, get some sixes and fours under your name. But this one, not having enough distance, and goes safely into the hands of Farazuddin, who's there long on to catch just like those ones. 31 of 13, a good hand here by Lahir Malwata, probably sending out a message to his captain to bat him much higher in the order. But 8 wickets now down for Emirates NBD, 159 on the board. Santosh Pillai will be drafted in at number 10, 8 down. Picked up the important wicket of Yasir Khalim. Was going along nicely. Saif will be a happy man. Picked up a wicket. Oh, big shout there, big shout there. That slow finger of the umpire comes up for Santosh Pillai. He doesn't believe it. He's pointing at the wicket and saying, well, look how far I am.
Well, that was very full and very straight, Mr. Pillai, and that was absolutely stone dead, hitting middle and leg. And despite his protests, he has to head back to the dugout. It's going to be a golden duck, and Saif Janjua has 2 to his name.
Having a bit of fun here now. Future Mattress, a leg slip, a normal slip. Ooh, that's pushed through very hard by Saif Janjua. Almost had a hat trick. Mohammad Imran is the new batter.
Well, the best option here is to attack the ball. Everybody in. There's only a mid-on in place. Go for it. Oh, it's gone up. Could this be the end of the game? Yes, it will. Well, Emirates NBD, it's an almighty collapse. They've been bundled out for 159, and that's a massive blow to their net run rate.
It was always going to be difficult. Chasing a mammoth 248, not an easy task, especially when you don't have the batting depth, that the kind of depth that Future Mattress has. Eventually, they have been battered out of this game. 159 in a 20-over game in the 17th over isn't a bad looking score, but not if you're chasing 248. Hamad Ahmed at the top, gave it his everything. Unfortunately, perished too early. They needed a big partnership, just like the one that Future Mattress put on between Wasi Shah and Yasir Khalim. More than 160 runs over there. Wasisha going on to get a 100, and Yasir Kaleem a well-made 80. So unfortunately for Emirates NBD, they fall short, and they fall very short. Future Mattress winning this game very comfortable in the end by 89 runs, and they maintain their dominant position in this league. That's what happened. Put into bat first, mind you. Emirates NBD won the toss and asked Future Mattress to bat first, and they needed no invitation to pile on the runs. Starting off with Wasisha, a brilliant 100 for him. Yasir Kaleem for 80 of 39 for him. Hamid Khan, the first over, all those 24 runs coming from. The only real silver lining for Emirates being that spell from Akhlaq Haider, 5 of 27 for him. The rest of the bowlers really nothing much to talk about for them. In reply, Hamad Ahmed at the top, 57 of 30 for him, and then Anuruddha Ekanayaka, 36 of 31 for him, providing a little bit of glimmer on this sorry looking innings of Emirates NBD. Saif Janjua towards the end, wiping out that tail for 3 wickets. Tahir Latif, the left arm leg spinner, picking up 2. Imran Khan 2 at the top, the fast bowler, and then Wasisha, the Centurion, also getting among the wickets. Eventually allowing Future Mattress to win this game quite comfortably in the end by 89 runs. Well, this is the next game coming up on the 15th of November. That's the day after. Two good teams, Emirates NBD, who were in action today, will look to bounce back, facing another strong team, and that is the 7 districts. And before we go to that game, though, we are not done tonight. We'll go down to Ahmed Khwaja, who will be conducting the post-match presentation ceremony. Until then, it's good night from the Combox.
आइसक्रीम वाला वो ख़राब है, नहीं चलता है. This mic is okay? वाह, ये तुम्हारे arrogant youngsters. Arrogant. I will smash your boy. विपिन सर इधर थोड़ा सेंटर में है. कोई तुझको बुला दे. Audio test, audio test. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we welcome everyone to the post-match presentation of the SkyX.net ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League powered by Fancode. Before we begin, firstly, we would like to thank the ICC Academy and all the administration involved behind the scenes for its support in hosting this level of a tournament. We would also like to thank our sponsors, our title sponsors SkyX.net, our official streaming partner Fancode, and our event partner TCM. In the 30th match of the tournament, Future Mattress has defeated Emirates NBD by 89 runs. Commencing ahead, we will now be announcing the name of the player of the match. The player of the match award will be presented by our dear guest Mr. Vipin Singh, the match umpire. And the player of the match award goes to Syed Haider Wasisha for his sparkling innings of 106 of 55, 2 for 22 with the ball, and a stunning catch. Truly all-round show from the youngster, and well deserved. Wasi, congratulations, a fantastic knock, but 26 for 2. The side was in a bit of trouble in that situation. What conversation did you have with Yasir Kaleem in the middle?
Nothing. He was just, first of all, alhamdulillah for everything. Not every day you get to score 100 in a T20 game. But yeah, other than that, nothing. I just spoke to. I came in and I went in and I spoke to Yasir, and he told me, he was like, the ball is checking a little, so just take your time, and as long as we stay there, we can get it up to like 200, 220. So I was like, yeah, okay. So that was the plan.
Well, we've seen you playing in that finisher's role, batting at 5-6 usually for FM. Now you're missing some senior players. You had to take the responsibility, bat at 4. How has that changed your mindset as a batter?
It doesn't really change much because as long as you're middling the ball pretty well, and recently I've been in good touch, so it doesn't really change anything. Anywhere where the team wants me to bat, I will do that. So yeah, it's my responsibility how I perform after that.
And of course, we saw your part-time leg spin today. It wasn't particularly great, but you did get 2 wickets. Are you going to continue down that path, or that was purely for today?
No, obviously, like when the I do want to become a proper leg spinner, but we never say anything about it. As long as the team's winning, so I don't really, it doesn't really matter to me if they give me if they let me bowl or no.
And who would you like to dedicate this award to?
I'd like to dedicate this to my mum and my dad.
Fantastic performance, Wasi. Well played.
Thank you so much.
Well, that was the firebrand, the energetic, the outstanding Syed Haider Wasisha with a brilliant match-winning display. That's all from the Arabian Cricket League for tonight. Join us for more live action throughout the week right here from the ICC Academy. We'll see you then. Good night.